Andoni Iraola loves cup competitions. In 2020, he took Mirandes to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey, beating on the way Celta Vigo, Sevilla and also Villarreal too. 2 years later at Rayo Vallecano, he again led them to the last four. This season, in the Carabao Cup, he fielded Adam Smith, Alex Scott, Phil Billing, Ryan Christie, Justin Cliver, Dom Solanke, Antoine Semenyo. Whilst the latter will be out, it indicates that he does take them seriously. Welcome to the big match preview. It's Bournemouth travelling to QPR. This is Back of the Net. My name's Sam Davis.
My name's Tom Jordan.
The big question on everyone's lips, Tom, is will we go strong?
Oh. Yeah, no.
We're not going to win it. Or could we?
I agree. It's an interesting one. I think, to be fair, you could say the same about QPR in the sense that because they're in such a dogfight in the league, they will probably think, is this a distraction we need? Do you know what I mean? They might rest a few. Who knows? I know they've got a few injuries. But yeah, how strong will we go? I think we will go relatively strong, probably more than people think, due to the fact it's a while till our next game.
Yeah,
people forget that. We haven't got a game the following week. So I think a lot of Premier League clubs will go stronger than potentially usual. So, yeah, looking forward to it, mate. It's obviously a winnable one, but potential banana skin, I guess, because it's away. I think if we were at home, I think we'd go, this should be comfortable. Away from home, you never know, mate. Two Spaniards in the dugout should be an exciting one.
Yeah, we'll find out more about that later on. There's reasons to like and subscribe this video. First, liking it truly helps us. But subscribing means you can get first dibs on all the latest content, especially if you hit the bell as well, because we will notify you when we upload our videos. And there'll be a few, right?
Yeah, there will. Fan cams after the game, of course. We'll do the match day vlog. It'll come out on the Sunday. And then we'll talk about it in a bit more detail on the second look on Monday. So yeah, plus next week there's a break in there, which is a little bit annoying, but we'll keep some content going, I reckon. We'll keep going, mate.
We got a couple of away day reviews to get out and a lot more. Look, it wasn't the cup competition last time, it was the league. But do you remember the last time at Loftus Road? I do. I loved it.
Big win.
What I didn't love though was the 2 or 3 weeks afterwards where I and loads of other Bournemouth fans got COVID. Yeah. God, that concourse is cramped, but seemingly everyone seemed to have the disease, apart from you.
Well, I get a lot of stick on this channel for going down early, right? So I went down early, obviously. Didn't get COVID, did I? A lot of people got COVID. Maybe I missed the crowd and then managed to get myself a nice little spot. Maybe I think about my health.
Maybe.
But yeah, I remember at the time thinking that was a big win. Tough place to go, all that stuff in the Championship. We grounded it out.
Was that Junior Stanislas putting a cross for Dom? Yeah,
he got the assist, Junior, didn't he? And I think they got sent off right at the end because Ben Pearson come on and was a real S-house right at the end of the game. Do you remember?
So was Jefferson Lerma.
Yeah.
He gives him some grief.
But it was a big win at the time, definitely. It was crucial to us ended up getting promoted.
We did. Now, QPR fans, if you're watching, Bournemouth have got a rather shady history in the third round of the FA Cup. We're going back 10 years here, but look, you can see a couple of fourth round spots, fifth round, but then some third round dropouts, including Millwall, which was awful. They were League One at the time, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. And but I remember the Brighton game was pretty poor as well. Obviously, fourth round, but we had that bad one against Bournemouth not so long ago. But I know that QPR fans would like me to point out they have got a shocking third round record as well. I think they're one of the teams that come in the third round because QPR have obviously been in the Championship for all that time, pretty much. In the third round, they get knocked out more than anyone.
Wow.
I believe that's the stat. I think they virtually go out every single year in the third round. So hopefully that's a good omen and not one that they'll have to change at some point. But yeah, neither team have probably got the best FA Cup record in the recent kind of history anyway.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's probably good that we're away here because Burnley at home last year, 4-2, Boreham Wood at home, and then Southampton, that was at home. It was against our nearest and dearest. And Tom, do you remember what me and you were doing at the time? Clue, we weren't at the ground.
Yeah, we had a little watch along, didn't we, with Ollie?
Let's check it out.
That's worried with the high press.
Gineppo's in.
Anjanetto. 1-0 Southampton, that one won't be chalked off. Really opening up for Southampton this. They don't want to concede a second. Still going, Redmond still going and finds the back of the net. That is a massive blow with literally the second.
Yeah,
well, that's given away terribly. Another defensive error into the box. There's the shot off the post, back to Redmond, who rolls it in. And I think that is going to be that.
First point of note, Tom, I had hair.
You did, yeah. That was it was a strange time for everyone, I think. Let us know in the comments. I think you look much better now, by the way. But yeah, it was a nice thing to do because obviously we couldn't get to games, but that was a crap one. And yeah, like you say, mate, I haven't got too many fond memories of the FA Cup in recent years. I think because we've been stronger than we ever have been in our history, we've ended up rotating an awful lot and ended up, getting punished for that. Millwall stands out, as you mentioned, mate. So yeah, hopefully it can change this time around because it's probably because even when we were in the Championship, because we were going for promotion, it meant we wanted to rest. This time round, it's probably the most comfy we've been in terms of a league position and because of that break that I mentioned, I think we can go pretty strong.
So do you remember we went to a Jaffin event?
We did.
At some pub near Waterloo, actually, because it was only a 20-minute walk back to the station. And I remember that was the first live one they did. Had a chat with James Alcott, trying to make friends with him. Basically slagged him off twice.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Some kind of Corden reference. And also taking the piss out of Gareth Ainsworth, who was was he teaching his team, the hacker or something?
Yeah, no, what was it called? The Mairie, whatever it's called.
And fair play to him. He's a manager that tries different tactics to try to get the team together, like bonding exercises. However, the start to QPR season wasn't overly great. No. Therefore, he got his marching orders at the end of October, and he was replaced by, what was it, Tom?
Martí Cifuentes.
And he's how old?
41, I believe.
And he comes from what region?
Spain.
And he replaced a manager whose name was what?
Gareth.
Does that ring any bells, Bournemouth fan? Maybe it does.
Play sexy football as well, by the way.
So he came from Hammarby in
Sweden,
Sweden. And I think Gareth Ainsworth, what did it for him was those 6 losses in a row. I think they were 23rd in the Championship at the time. After 14 games, they had 8 points. But did the new appointment have the desired effect? I suppose you could say it did almost instantly because they gained their first point on the road. Now, this is where I love to put Tom Jordan and your football knowledge under the microscope as you talk us through QPR's results since his appointment. So yeah, 1-1 at Rotherham.
Yeah, 1-1 at Rotherham, and then they drew at Bristol City. Disappointed defeat in Norwich, but they bounced back a really impressive one at home to Stoke, 4-2, wasn't it? And then went and won at Preston, beat Hull, and you started to think, okay, they're coming now. Disappointed against Plymouth. Then they've slipped off again.
They have, yeah.
Defeat to Sheffield Wednesday, who's obviously a bit of a rival in terms of league position at the moment. Lost Southampton, and then lost at Millwall. Good point against Ipswich, and they were unfortunate at home to Cardiff most recently. But I think QPR fans would say it's such again, probably a similarity to us. Not as vast because Ainsworth was really defensive, didn't have any of the ball. I think they were averaging less than 30% of the ball. And now they've got a manager who wants the ball. Yeah. So it's a completely different style. So it's going to take time. It's going to take a long time. So I think them results were a pleasant surprise really that they've picked up so many points because it's going to take a while. They've got players who have played under such specific instructions from Gareth, and now they're going in and going, right, rip that up because we're going to have the ball now. So very, very different for them. I know people like we know in Steve Cook will be used to that a little bit from his Bournemouth days.
True.
They've got players like Ilias Cherries who are comfortable on the ball. So hopefully it will suit them. They're still in it. But they'll certainly believe they can get out of it with the way they're playing. But
their form's not great though, is it? Look at that.
It's not. I do wonder if they brought in Cifuentes thinking even if we go down, this guy should get us straight back up. Because really, does this style of football want to be in a relegation dogfight? Probably not. It's quite progressive. Try and keep the ball, as I say. But he's probably one for the future. So maybe it is a long-term thinking, regardless of if they go down or not. But we'll have to wait and see.
So in terms of the players that they have got in, their recent transfer windows, Asmir Begovic, they've actually got a fair bit of Premier League experience there.
Yeah, well obviously they brought Jack Colback.
Yeah, Jack Colback as well. He came up when we beat Forest 3-2. Not this season, obviously last.
Oh yeah,
he was one of the substitutions that came on.
Yeah, and they got Morgan Fox left back as well, and Paul Smith from Orient.
And also Taylor Richards as well from Brighton. I think he was on loan there last season, was made permanent, but he had a few games for Brighton even. With Premier League experience. So there is the experience there, but they're obviously still learning how to play under this new manager and hoping it all comes together. And we know that patience can be key, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. And as you say, mate, they've brought in quite a few players that you kind of go, oh, I recognise that name. You know, it's just kind of getting it going for them. It's not going to be easy because they haven't got the funds. I think they're still blooming struggling from all them years ago when they overspent in the Premier League and it didn't go well. When you remember when they had Rio Ferdinand, Julio Cesar, the Brazilian goalkeeper, they had all these sort of players, and I think they're, you know, kind of struggling with that. So it means that they've got one of, if not the lowest budgets in the division. So they're getting free transfers, they're getting loans, and we know what that's like from, you know, we've had that in the past. And they've still got a decent squad together there, so I think they'll be fighting till the end. And yeah, they've got a lot of players that will think, oh, let's see if we can get a scalp in Bournemouth.
It's the I think QPR is the epitome of the phrase. It's a tough place to go.
Yeah, you probably right.
And they are really. You know, games between us have always been close over the years.
Yeah.
We'll check out our head-to-heads very shortly. But you know, the tight ground, and obviously they're going to be so many of their fans in the stadium, mate. And they're going to be how many 3,000 Bournemouth, and then obviously about 12,000.
Well, when I last looked, they've barely sold as many as we have.
Really?
There was a lot of I don't know why. If there's any QPR fans, let us know. I don't know.
It's that bad.
Well, I know it's not great at the moment for them, but they're playing better football. It's a cup game, you know. You never know, and I just think it's at home. You're not, you know, having a try. I don't know if anything with trains and stuff. Not sure, but yeah, it seems a bit strange that there's so little at the moment. It looks like they're going to go. Yeah, we've sold out. We're looking forward to it. So yeah, let's see. It'll be interesting if it's kind of half empty, but yeah, that's what it is at the moment.
So in terms of our head-to-head then, here it is since the turn of the century then, we'll give you that. So we have got a few W's there. Look, you can see in the Championship, in our promotion season, winning 2-1, winning 1-0, of course, on the road, as we've seen already. But overall, the stats in recent years has been pretty good. But this is a fixture, of course, that's gone on longer than the turn of the century, and we've actually met QPR before, once in the FA Cup, and that was back in, do you remember this, on 1967 January, do you remember?
Ah, yeah, QPR 2-0.
Yeah,
remember it well.
57 years ago.
Yeah.
In our team this day, who remembers? Keith Brewer, do you remember? Would he be watching this? Of course he wouldn't. Roger Jones, Terry Gulliver, David Stocks, Joe Ashworth, Jimmy White, never knew he could play football as well as snooker, Tommy Naylor, Ray Bumstead, there's a big name, Chris Weller, Tom McKechnie, Ralph Norton and Tony Prescott. I'm not reading it out at all.
Prizzy.
Our overall record against QPR then, overall, 129, drawn 15, lost 34.
Take a draw, get them back. Take a draw, get them back. No, we don't want another game, do we?
So this goes to replays, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At what stage are the replays done?
I can't remember. Is it like quarters?
5 or quarters or something?
Yeah, something like that. We'll find out when we get there, mate.
So yeah, in terms of QPR, team news then for Saturday's game, it got a few players out. Jack Colbeck's been out for quite a while with a knock, but he's on the edge of coming back. I doubt he will make it, but they sort of said that he's nearing readiness, but
you'd be surprised in a cup game if you risked anyone.
You'd think so, but they got Chair, like he missed the last game, didn't he?
Yeah, he missed the last game.
Steve Cook did as well.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Cook, I don't really know what Cookie's issue is. I'm hoping he'll be fine. Should be good to see him back. Chris Willock, they've missed as well. So
is he related to Joe?
Yeah, and I think there's Matty as well at Man United. But yeah, Joe Willock, who they both come from Arsenal.
Well, all brothers, or?
Yeah, I believe they were brothers. Yeah, and Willock went out to, I think it was Benfica, went out to Portugal for a bit.
Yeah,
he's a good player. So. Yeah, weirdly, they're going to be missing. They're potentially going to be missing. I think Willock and Chair are definitely going to be out, and they're two players that probably two of their best players. So yeah, they're missing a few. I think if they've got any doubts, they won't risk them. Similar with ourselves, but yeah, still got some decent players, mate.
In terms of AFC Bournemouth, we know the players that we've got through AFCON, but we can give you the news that you probably saw earlier today that James Hill has been recalled.
Yeah, I'm not
surprised. I think the club's working it out. Whether, because he was at Blackburn on loan, obviously. And by the way, loads of Blackburn fans, Rovers Chat, DM'd us a number of times saying, thank you for James Hill, by the way. He is a god. He's been doing absolutely amazing there. But what they did say is it's almost a good thing for him that he's getting out. It feels like a bit of a sinking ship. It feels like a bad environment at the moment. So he's coming back to Bournemouth, and you just wonder whether they can somehow negotiate a deal. Because obviously they haven't played in the FA Cup yet either. They enter same time as us.
Yeah.
Whether he could be fielded.
Yeah, I think there's something about, I'm sure we'll find out from the usual, you kind of Chris Temples, Mark McCallums that will let us know, potentially. But I think that, he's going to be back, but we have to see if we can get him in time for the weekend, because I think it's contractually, the way it works, I think, is actually his loan, even though we've recorded, done until after the weekend, contractually. So I think it's just, but it might be a case of as long as both teams are fine with it, he can obviously be involved. But yeah, so that remains to be seen. It'd be nice if he can get in the squad. But yeah, I think it's a no-brainer, mate. You get the chance. I always remember years ago when we had Ake on loan, and Chelsea didn't need him. But they recalled him because you think, well, you've got the choice, you might as well. He's your player. You see him in training and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. We don't know what's going to happen with Lloyd Kelly. We've had so many injuries that you think it would be mad to, when you've got the choice to have an extra body that doesn't even need to be registered because of his age. Just have him back. And then Andoni, you forget, he played the first game. He come on against West Ham. Andoni used him a lot in pre-season. Maybe just to see him again. I know he's obviously been getting good reviews, as you said. So I'm quite excited about James Hill. He's a young player, but he's going to be one that will be coming through. And potentially, if he performs really well, we'll go, okay, we don't have to be... We've already got some good centre-halves at the club. If Lloyd were to go, James Hill's ready to step up a little bit. So that'll be good. And then, yeah, a few little bumps and bruises we'll have to see. It's going to be... You are really testing me to do the teams, mate. Predict the teams. It's going to be so hard. So
you're happy about James Hill. Hang on. Are you're buzzing about James Hill? He
That's
is
good.
a god.
I'll run up the hill.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to go, it's just like watching James Hill, so it's just like watching Brazil.
Yeah, good one. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. It's going to be very difficult to name the teams, absolutely. Do you want to know who the referee is?
Nah. Oh, no, I know.
Do you?
Yeah, because someone tweeted it, because it's Rebecca, what's her surname? Welch, because she recently done her first Premier League game, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. She was the first female referee to referee an FA Cup game recently, Premier League game as well, and also Football League as well. I think it was Harrogate and Port Vale. That was in April 2021. The FA Cup game was between Birmingham and Plymouth. Premier League game was Fulham and Burnley.
So we've never had her then, so we've got no previous.
So we never had her. So, really interested to see how that pans out. I'm sure... Rebecca, you'll be giving us a penalty, won't you?
Oh, imagine that. I want her every week.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, should we do the teams then?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, by the way, in terms of penalties, Tom, that account, days until AFC Bournemouth they've restarted.
Right.
Hopefully, it's not going to be as long a wait. Right, for QPR then, we're going with... I mean, should we just pick names out of a hat?
I'm giving it a go. I've gone 4-3-3 as kind of the general consensus they go with.
I mean, you could name the keeper that I think you might name, but I noticed he didn't start their Carabao Cup match.
Did he not?
No, I don't think he did. But
either way, there's going to be a Bournemouth link with whoever they play in goal.
So you've gone 4-3-3.
Yeah, and I've gone with Asmir Begovic. I just think they'll play him and they'll go
What's
for reception.
a keeper?
Their backup goalkeeper has actually won a trophy with AFC Bournemouth without being a Bournemouth player.
Jordan Archer,
Betway Cup champion.
Betway Cup, you'll never sing that.
So he'll get a stand ovation, a lot of all that, you know. Is that his only game he played?
Genuinely, he could walk past me in the street, wouldn't have a clue.
No.
I wouldn't have a clue.
But yeah, I'll go with Begovic. Reggie Callan right back, I would have thought. I'm going to go with Jimmy Dunn, and then I'm going to go Cook, because I just hope Cookie's back and available. If he's not, it will be Clark Salter, but...
I love Steve Cook.
Oh, I absolutely adore him. The fact he never got a testimonial was actually a disgrace, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Jimmy Dunn and Steve Cook, and then Kenneth Powell at left back. Could be Fox, but I think they'll probably go Powell. He's doing all right at the moment, apparently.
Do you think he knows how much he's loved, by the way, Steve Cook?
I like to think so.
On Twitter and stuff, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll certainly be showing him our appreciation for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That midfield three, I'm going to go because of the players we assume will be out. So we'll go Dixon Bonner, Sam Field and Andre Dezel as the midfield three. As I say, I think Willock's going to be out, so I'm going to put in Sinclair Armstrong, who's a young Irish lad who they're quite excited about, I think. Still raw, but Paul Smith on the other side because of Willock's injury. And then Lyndon Dykes, who will obviously know Ryan Christie quite well from the Scotland squads. He'll lead the line. He's not a goal machine, but he's a big lump, he's a handful, so, he'll cause a threat. That's what I'll go with, mate. If I get theirs bang on, I'm just going to retire, and I've got to get on Sky Sports or TalkSport or something. Jesus.
Come on. He needs his big break. Bournemouth then, 4-2-3-1. I'm just going to sit back and listen to you for this, mate, because I'm really intrigued. I'm going to close my eyes and just enjoy what you can say. Go on, talk him through it.
Well, I'm assuming Mark Travers will be in goal. There's still a case where if they think, he's going to go back to Stoke, they'll just play Neto. But we don't really know.
Have we got Cameron Plain? Radu, is he?
No, Radu's going back, apparently.
Is he?
Randolph, don't really know. So, yeah, I think I'll go Travers, but I think if Travers is set to go back to Stoke, he'll just play Neto, to be honest. But I'm going to go Travers because we haven't heard anything yet. I'm going to continue, actually, and he'll probably get the armband, with Adam Smith at right back.
Okay.
I'm going to continue, and you'll see why. Mepham and Senesi. Not sure about James Hill, so I'm not going to put him in. I think you could afford to play Senesi because he can't play against Liverpool anyway. Because of his suspension.
Yeah.
And Mepham getting ready for the Liverpool game because he'll probably have to deputise for Senesi.
Yeah.
So I think there's a chance to give Zabani a rare break. And then the reason I put Smithy in is I think because of our left back issues, I think Max Aarons will play there. There's a chance that Aarons will play right back and Smith left back, but I think they'll be the full backs. He could go Greenwood, but I think Aarons is back. Let's get him some minutes. Start with Smithy. If we get to an hour and we're winning, maybe take Smith off and bring Greenwood on potentially, or Hill, because he can play right back. We'll see. I'm actually going to go stronger than people. I know a lot of people have talked about, say, your Gavin Kilkenny's, even your Emmy Marcondes. As I mentioned, I think we'll go a little bit stronger than that. I think Rothwell will play in these minutes. I think Christie's staying in. I think because he's so pivotal to the way Andoni plays, I think he'll play in with Rothwell. Again, a bit like with Smithy, get to an hour, hope we're winning, take Christie off. I think that's what he'll do. So I'm going to go with them two, with Billing more advanced, because I don't want Billing to have to play deeper.
No, I hate that.
So I'm going to put Billing in that kind of 10. Brooksy's got to start, so I think he'll be off the right side. Assuming it's all fine with the Leeds and the loan, Sinistera.
Yeah, there's so many different sort of variables.
That's
within
what
this,
I mean. At the moment, I think that he'll play Cine. I think give Tav a break. Obviously, we know Semenyo and Matara not available, or Traore. And then I think he's going to... I thought he was going to play Solanke. I thought he's going to play Solanke. I think no one's talking about it, but why not? We've got ages. I think he'll play him. That, when he went down against Tottenham, it looked...
Which looked like he was going to...
Yeah, I don't know how he played on. And I just think because of that, that's like a warning sign. Don't risk him. I think he'll be in the squad, though, if we need him. We've done that in the other cups, haven't we? Brought him on. I don't think Kiefer Moore play because I think he's going on loan. So I don't think we'd cup tie him if a team like Cardiff want him. No point. And I think he's probably in talks about going. It's already heated up and it's the start of January. So I think, and no Semenyo, that he'll just try to see what Kluivert's like up top. I think that's what he'll do. So I'm going to start with Justin Kluivert up front. Like I say, lots of variables in there, but I think that's a strong enough team, and he'll hope that if we've got the job done or we look comfortable after about an hour, then you might see your Kilkenny, you might see Marcondes, Hill, Greenwood, Adu Ajayi maybe. You know, you might see these sort of players, but I think he'll want to try and get the job done early.
Yeah, okay. But it's a tough place to go, though, isn't it?
Very tough place to go.
Tough place to go. What are your predictions, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen? Put them in the comments below. We'll read every single one. We might even heart the ones that we absolutely agree with. I'm going to ask you your prediction as well, Tom. What are you going for this one?
Yeah, I think it'll be a tight game. I think it will start quite tight, and then I think we'll just have a little bit too much.
Hope so.
I'm going to go 2-0 to Bournemouth. Who should I go? I'm going to go Brooks and Sinistera in a 2-0 win. That's what I'm going to go with, mate. But yeah, I think it'll be a good game, and I think it'll be tight, but I do think we'll just have a little bit too much.
I've got a feeling they'll score.
Okay.
I think it's going to be 3-1 to AFC Bournemouth. That's what I'm thinking. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's really tight and then we just, sneak it at the end. I don't know, but I'm going to go for 3-1. As I say, make sure you put your predictions in. Loads of content on the way. Tom, this has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, mate.
I'm driving this one, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Dry January over it.
January.
Yeah, I'm not driving.
You're not? You having beer?
I'll be having a beer. And yeah, so nothing to change too much.
Nah, not really. And remember, Matchday Vlog, fan cams, all that good stuff. And we will see you at Loftus Road. Up the Cherries.
Up the Cherries. Come on. Let's win a cup. Let's just win a cup.
Let's just win.
We don't ask so much, do we? Let's win a cup.